Mourinho coming into Tottenham, personally, I think it's brilliant. I think it's a masterstroke for Tottenham.
I could not stand him.
That one.
Oh, just, you know what? Mourinho out already. Yeah, they've. I don't know what they were thinking sacking him, but if you think about it, let's be honest, I think that team had given up on him. Mauricio Pochettino, fantastic manager. The team just completely decided to go against him, and clearly the board felt that the Premier League was a bigger priority because the Champions League they're absolutely fine. The second place, they're not really in threat of losing that second place, unless a disaster happens. So they clearly put the Premier League as a priority this season. And I personally think that there's bigger issues behind the scenes going on with the players, with the board against Mauricio Pochettino. Otherwise, he wouldn't be sacked. The team and the players let him down immensely. Literally from the start of the season up until now, they have just not stood behind him. For a manager that has achieved so much for the team and has done so much for the players,
I think it's less to do with the players losing faith in the manager, because I think if it came down to it, the players would still say, "Yo, we support the manager." If it came down to asking them, I think it came from higher up. Daniel Levy and Pochettino, they were on two different levels. Like when they first joined up, it was a case of, "Look, we're working on a budget. This is what we need to do." So for how many years was this guy just working off a shoestring? And then when they get to the Champions League final, when the stadium is built, it's like, all right, I'm assuming you got ambitions now. It's like, then I'm assuming that their ideas didn't line up. Yeah. And instead of working it out, Levy just thought, let me just get something better.
I mean, in terms of players, they should have really done better. And you could tell literally from the start of the season that really the players weren't up for it. The press wasn't there anymore. The hunger wasn't there anymore. The desire wasn't there anymore. And this is after they've come off a Champions League finals. That is arguably one of the biggest achievements that Tottenham have had in recent history. And then to turn from that into what this is now is just, it's an embarrassment, in my opinion. Well, that's the thing now, isn't it? Obviously, everyone's going to go on, oh, yeah, he spent this season. Yeah, he spent this season, but look how long overdue it was.
Yeah, it took a while.
And still, to be honest with you, they still need a right back. They didn't replace Kieran Trippier. They got Sergio Aurier, who's a bit too hit and miss for me. So they needed that. They needed to replace that guy. Some people told me though that he said they told him that they wanted to sack him, but they didn't want to pay him compensation. And he said, I know, because apparently it was meant to happen at the start of the international break. And he said, "You must be out of your mind that I am going to do something like that. If you're going to sack me, then I want my money now." Like literally, it really was like that simple. That's what I've heard. It could be wrong, it could be right, but that's what people said. Like they wanted to sack him. He said, "If you're going to sack me, pay me my money."
I was speaking to Tottenham fans and...
Wait. Where the hell did you find them? Where are they?
Trust me, they're about. And one of my mates, he told me that he was devastated that Pochettino left. Yeah. He was genuinely upset like that they had to let him go, because it wasn't a case of like, there was a problem with him. Everyone loved him. Yeah. And now that they got rid of him, it's like, okay, fair enough. They've replaced him with someone else, but it's like they had a bond with him. They built something with him. I think it's easy for someone who's not a Tottenham supporter to be like, you know what, it's the right time, because they got it in early, like Arsenal, who are still dwindling or dwelling on the fact of if they should keep him or not. Yeah. Whereas they've done something, they took action.
So, but is it the right action?
We'll find out in a few months.
No, but just what do you think? What's your opinion?
At this moment in time, I think it is the right thing to do.
You think so?
Because if the board's not going to be on his side, then it's a case of the board's going to get a manager who they want to have in, who they think is going to be able to galvanise the team to do something. So I think it is. Tottenham fans will tell you it's the wrong thing to do. Yeah. They should have kept with him until the end of the year. Yeah. Because that would have at least kept continuity. The risk that you have is that at the end of the year, not only does the manager go, but a lot of the players leave with him. Look at the timeline here, right? Look at the timeline. He got there from Southampton and relatively unknown. He did good things with Southampton, but there were managers before him that did good with Southampton as well, considering Southampton was selling so much. And he got them consistently into top four, got them into Champions League. Then he went on to obviously take them to the Champions League finals. He went
about 2 seasons without me spending a single penny for this team. Name me one manager right now that could achieve what he achieved with the amount of money that he spent.
I can't.
Pep spent over $1 billion on that squad, nearly $1 billion. Even Klopp has to spend money. And Mourinho said it the best, and it's funny that I mentioned Mourinho said it the best. He said the best thing that he did wasn't the fact that he got all the results that he did. The most important thing was that he kept his best players.
I personally think, selfishly for Mauricio, I think it was the right thing, because I feel like that team had run its course, it had run its life. But from a Tottenham standpoint, I'm not a Tottenham fan, but he was doing the most with the least, in terms of the budgets and things like that. He was just a bit short of Guardiola and Klopp in terms of greatness and what he achieved and how far he's got that team to where it is. I think they're that close to silverware, but I think ultimately, whatever the issues were, it had something to do with winning. Clearly, it had something to do with winning silverware, and that's what it comes down to.
That's his legacy. He didn't win anything.
Yeah, and that's a shame, because a manager that everybody wants, now he didn't win anything. It's a shame, really. It's quite funny, because if he goes to Bayern Munich now, and they're going to face each other as well.
Oh yeah,
that's going to be quite funny.
That's a good point.
Well, let's see.
Why did it all go wrong?
The players gave up. They didn't. I think for some people, age showed up. For other people, it's just the same thing every year, over and over and over again. Sometimes you just need a little bit of a change. I always say this. Every year, you have to make a few changes in tactics, in personnel. There have to be a few tactics, and he's kind of kept the same players all the way through. And I think that's where the shelf life ended. It's like the players were like, okay, cool, we've done this for so many years now. I don't have the energy anymore. They just needed like a breath of fresh air. Generally, they just need a breath of fresh air to kind of take the next step back up to where they were. My 14th on that team on paper is like a top 3 team, man. Better than Arsenal, better than Manchester United, better than Leicester, better than Wolves, better than all these teams. That is ridiculous.
So upon hearing the news that Mourinho got the job, I was shocked. I didn't see that coming, if I'm completely honest with yourself. I felt like I took an uppercut to the face with that one. And in some ways it's good, because he's a proven winner. He has won a lot of places. But I just don't see him fitting in, if I'm honest with yourself. I think he's going to undo all the work that Pochettino did previous.
And I'm glad someone said it.
So I think Mourinho coming into Tottenham, personally, I think it's brilliant. I think it's a masterstroke for Tottenham, because as far as if they were going to sack him, because Pochettino, now he's gone, they needed to replace him, and they couldn't just have an interim for like the rest of the season.
Yeah.
So them to get, of all managers, Mourinho, who is Premier League pedigree, who's obviously been there, done that, it's the best signing that they could have done at this time.
I am not a Mourinho fan. It doesn't matter what club it's from, I'm not a Mourinho fan. And please don't ever, and I'm just going to look at the camera, don't let these Chelsea fans fool you. Okay? Do not let these Chelsea fans fool you. I had to endure him for 2 seasons. He was by far the worst manager that I have seen at Man United, and we've got Ole Gunnar Solskjaer right now. His tactics are negative, and his attitude is negative. And yes, he might win you a trophy. And if anything, what Tottenham deserve after all that Pochettino has done is at least one trophy. But this guy is done out here. He is just, he's a cancer in the club. Kills you off after 3 years, and he always puts you in a position where you can't even come back from it anymore.
I think if it's all based on the winning factor of winning a championship, winning something, then you can't disagree. He's won everywhere he's gone. Whether it's a worthless League Cup, whether it's an FA Cup, whether it's Europa League, Champions League, Premier League, whatever, he's won everything. He's got a full stack resume. So on that case, I absolutely agree with him. The only thing I have is that side is a hell of a lot better than the Man United side that he managed. Attacking wise, they've got so much more strength. They've got a lot better players. So my concern is he going to be able to get the most out of those players? That's the only worry I have long term. Now the Mourinho effect is 1 season, motivate them, rub them the wrong way, but get something. 2nd season, annoy the hell out of them. People start turning on you. 3rd season, halfway gone, you're chipped. You're out. That's the Mourinho effect.
His ego, I mean, I do like him. He is a character to have in the Premier League, but his ego, he believes he's bigger than a club. Whichever club that he goes to, he has his way of doing things. I'm going to buy this person. I want this person. I want that person. And ultimately, he likes to play 10, 8, 9 people behind the ball parking the bus.
The mentality, because everyone talks about he's got these tactical plans, but the mentality that he has, that he will go into a change room and he will like tell these people, yo, this is what the situation is. And these guys will come out feeling bulletproof. Like the mindset that this guy has to change a club from top to bottom, is second to none.
No, I 100% agree with you.
Like I seen somewhere he came into Inter. Inter weren't far off from where Tottenham are right now, because there was a giant that was Juventus that weren't around anymore. Yeah. And he took them and decided, you know what, we need to build. He got some good players in, and like out of nowhere, like no one expected him to win a treble. But like this guy did the perfect treble. And so it's a case of he has the opportunity now, as long as he keeps those players he's got, adds to that squad. Yeah. I'm not saying they're going to win a treble. Don't hold me to that.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But they can win a silverware at probably. I'm saying they're going to win silverware in 2 years.
He does.
I don't see. I feel like it's a step back. Me personally,
it is.
Although it really you might win something.
You know what? I'm just so happy to see Mourinho back in the Premier League. That miserable old guy. He's fun, man. He's fun in a weird way. He brings so much joy to the Premier League. I know it's a side note. Yeah. So I'm happy to see that from a selfish point of view.
But the thing is, they had to sack Pochettino. They had to. And I agree with that. They had to. It's gotten to a stage where they had to sack him. But yes, Mourinho is a proven winner and they had to go for someone and there's not a lot out there. So I can understand in the stage that they're at to take Mourinho. I get that. But are they willing to take the consequences that are going to come in a year or two? Look at President. Always look at President. Every club that he has been, he has ruined them at the end. I think the only one that he has not ruined is probably Real Madrid. It was the only team that once he left, actually probably got better.
Talk to me about, because he was at Man United. Do you feel like he's been considering from the managers you've had, was he one of the best managers you've had since Fergie then?
I'd say so. But the problem is you're judging a very bad list of managers. They're all bad. No one was good. It's not a proud list to be on. You know, it's all. That's fair. Rank them from worst to the worst or whatever. I don't know. They're just all crap, man. They're all terrible. Even include Solskjaer at the moment, but we can see Solskjaer's vision.
I can't stand him. I hate him so much. At Man United, even Arsenal fans were trying to tell me, I can't wait. We won Mourinho instead of Emery. Yo, people were making a joke, saying Mourinho in. This is how bad Mourinho. People were begging for Man United to keep him. People were upset when we sacked him. Arsenal fans, Liverpool fans, Chelsea, everyone was begging Mourinho in. Look, some people like him, especially Chelsea fans, because he won so much for them. But this is when he blew up. We know him now. We know the character that he's in. He follows that same trend. And do you know what? That video that I saw yesterday, and he did win with Tottenham. That video that they dropped of him walking onto the pitch at the end of the game. How many times have I seen that? Like that cockiness, that swag, like, yeah, I'm here now. I'm like, oh.
I think he's got a better squad. I think he'll definitely get money. Otherwise, he wouldn't have taken the job.
Yeah, it must have been written in his contract.
Yeah, 100% he'll get money. And I think he'll spend it wisely. And people will want to come play for him. In that new stadium, in London, people want to play for him. And the thing is, the success and the truth that he can give to people is that I'm a winner. I will make you a winner. Whether it's a Premier League, whether it's a Champions League, whatever it is, I will make you leave here with something. That's what I think his selling point will be. And people will buy into that. Maybe on short-term contracts. I don't know, maybe on loan deals. But people will buy into that.
I cannot stand him.
That one.
Oh, just, you know what? Mourinho out already. I will take anyone on right now to say that Mourinho is not a top 3 manager in the Premier League history. I'll take anyone on. Anyone. I don't care who it is.
No, I agree with you. Yeah. Although he's won a lot, but is the pros worth the cons?
That's exactly. But anyway, we're gonna put a stop to it there, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. And if you haven't, please do. All our socials at the bottom. Our Snapchat account is up and running. I went to the Chelsea Man City game yesterday. I recorded the whole thing.
You're a Man United fan?
Hey, football is football. I wanted to see it live. I got the ticket, man. Don't hold it against me.
What seating did you sit in?
Oh, I was in the Man City end.
What?
Yeah, listen, I went to watch football. Don't listen to this guy. Don't listen to this guy. Yeah. Do not listen to this guy. I went to watch football.
I want Mourinho, but I'm going to sit in Man City Stadium. Sorry, mate.
Hey, listen, I went to watch football. All social down below. Please like, please share, please subscribe, and we'll be back again soon. Peace.